Do you ever feel a little lost when you're listening to native English speakers? Maybe in meetings at work, maybe on the phone, or maybe even on Netflix. Well, I've got 5 tips for you today to make it easier. Now let's talk about the first thing you need to watch out for. Take a look at this word here, you. Don't expect native speakers to pronounce this word fully. Instead, we reduce you to ya. Yeah. Let's look at a couple of examples of how this happens in real life conversation. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Now I'm pronouncing every single one of those words very clearly and precisely. But most of the time we don't do that. Instead, especially in the US, you'll hear us say, how are ya? Haven't seen you in a while. Do you hear that? You becomes ya. Or how about this common question? What do you do? We take out some sounds of these words and kind of smash them together to make a new word. So we'd say, what do you do? What do ya? The T in what and the oo in do completely disappear, and we reduce the you to ya. What do ya? What do you do? The next thing you have to watch out for is this word right here, to. We often shorten it to ta. Take a look at this sentence. He told me to go without him. A native speaker would say, he told me to go without him. Do you hear how the to is reduced to ta? You might expect someone to say to go, but you'll just hear ta, to go. Some other common ways this shows up in real speech is with the words want to and wants to. I, you, they, we, want to becomes want to, but we reduce that even further to wanna. And with wants to, with the S, he or she wants to, what do you think that sounds like? Wants to. We want to use Zoom, but he wants to use Teams. We also see this in have to and has to. They have to fix that software bug, and it has to be done today. Another super important thing that you absolutely must be aware of is how native speakers usually talk about things that they're planning to do, things that they're going to do. But instead of saying going to, we reduce that to gonna. Here, the to disappears completely, so that's what you'll hear. I'm gonna book my flight. You're gonna call them tomorrow. It's gonna be a busy week. We're gonna go ahead with the deal. They're gonna cancel the event. And sometimes, as if that wasn't enough, we reduce gonna even further. For example, I'm gonna becomes something like I'm gonna apply for the job after all. It's very, very fast. Okay guys, I'm gonna ask you for some feedback now. If you're finding this helpful so far, go ahead and hit the like button. Okay, the next thing I want to point out has to do with this word right here, of. Oftentimes, of turns into a sound like So maybe if someone is disagreeing with you politely, you'll hear them say, I have a different point of view. Point of view. Here the word point ends in a T, a consonant. So we combine that with the word of, and it all just kind of runs together. Even the T in the word point disappears a little. We have just point of view. Let's take a look at a couple other common examples. The product has all kinds of new features. Kinds of, not kinds of, kinds of. Most of our revenue comes from just a few clients. Not most of, mosta. Other common examples you'll hear, kind of, kinda. Sort of, sorta. Lots of, lotsa. A lot of, a lotta. Out of, outa. Type of, typa. And in front of, in fronta. Moving on. There are many times when two sounds come together and they form a totally new sound. which can be confusing and hard to understand if you're listening. For example, when a word ends in T and the very next word begins with a Y, that often together makes a ch sound, the CH sound, ch. Take a look at this sentence. Don't you want to wait a little longer? We have a couple of reduced forms in here actually. We have a T at the end of don't and a Y at the beginning of you. So we have don't-ch, don't-ch, don't-cha, don't-cha, wanna, don't-cha wanna wait a little longer? Don't you wanna wait a little longer? When one word ends in D and the very next one begins with Y, that makes the ja sound, ja. Take a look at this sentence. Did you apply for the job? You're not likely to hear did you apply. The D at the end of did and the Y at the beginning of you make the j sound. So you're going to hear something more like did ya or did you? Did you apply for the job? A little bit of a warning here. You will hear everything that we've talked about in this video so far at work. Would ya, did ya, point of view, how are ya? And it's totally professional and acceptable to talk that way. But do not use any of this in business writing. So not in emails, not in PowerPoint slides or reports. Make sure to spell out each word properly. Now there are many other reduced forms and a lot of other tips I can give you to help you to better understand spoken English. But I think we've covered enough for today. I'll be making more videos in the future on this subject. But if you want one more tip for today to help you to keep getting better at understanding the language and the conversations around you at work, watch this video here. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in this video next.